up where we left off with Mr. Hasan Shahid of the Black Unity Trio, master percussionist and rhythm maker. We're talking more about the esoteric properties of music, healing properties of music, the social climate of the time, and the elements that were at play when creating one of the seminal classics, Al-Fatiha, by the Black Unity Trio, Hasan Shahid, on the Rebel Broadcast.
Talk about love at first sight. It was love at first hear. We knew instantly that this was God-given. So we played for about 30 minutes, blistering. So after we got through playing, Joseph looked at Abdul Wadud and said, well, Ron, he wasn't Abdul Wadud then. What do you think? Ron said, yeah, man. That was the beginning, man. All right, to record this album, Al-Fatiha, that we recorded, we must have practiced every day for about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months, at least 4 hours a day, where the music got to the point where all you had to do was say, dot, 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 dot. We got to the point all you got to do is start a phrase and I know where you're going to come out. I know what the rhythm is going to be. So I'm trying to detoxify and make the same rhythm pattern that you were playing, but instead of just keeping time, I had my drums tuned. Pentatonic scale. Ba-da-da-ba-da. Not ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's it. Ours is just 5, 5, ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, and the bass drum was what they call in Africa was the mama drum. This is the pedal tone that you always hear McCoy playing with his left hand that gives train the shoot-off point. Boom, you hear him hitting that left hand, boom. You know, just go back and listen to him. And Elvin used to be right on that bone. They'd play all down the boom, you could hear it. And the other drums were a ascending pentatonic scales. The cymbals were arranged in a descending pentatonic scale. So if I hear you say, ba-da-dee-dee-da-da-da, I knew on my drums and my cymbal, which I could melodically accompany you, and say dee-dee-da-da-da. But at the same time, I'm keeping the momentum and the power going in the tune. So what I'm working on, and the first time I saw it happen, I was blessed to meet Coltrane and see him before he died at the Village Theater. Never saw the original group. He had Rashid, Alice, Pharaoh with him. You see, when you get 5 minds, 3 minds like with us, all concentrating on the same, une, mane, pane, what you're doing is square rooting the force field. So the 5 people that Train had in his band sounded like 25 people playing. When we played 3 times 3, it sounded as if 9 people were playing. You asked me what the power? No, we didn't think the album was. We never sold a one of them. This is the first time we're gonna make some falooza off of this. We gave most of them away. We didn't know what happened, but after 4, 5, 6 months of 4 a day, it got to the point where with no terroristic, larceny, harm thought in the mind, we felt that the music was powerful enough to knock a plane out the sky, brother. That's how serious we were on the track. One experience happened one night. We on it like we had never been on it before. And Yusuf fades out, and me and Abdul do a lot of things. with the cello. A lot of people don't know. Bass is tuned in fourth. Cello is tuned in fifth. Hello. I'm playing in a pentatonic. Fifth. Hello. After what dude and I could do some things with his bow and mallets instead of sticks, and you couldn't tell who was playing on the tape. Okay. I was using mallets and brushes. Abdul Wadud was using the bow on the cello. And so this night we playing, we blistering. We used to practice every night down in a dungeon, what used to be probably the cold room in the building because it was all cement, top, bottom, and floor, no windows. There was only maybe about less than 9 by 10. So all of this is vibrating off the walls where even if you stop playing, you still hear a sound and that's saying, I'm not making this up, man. The nights I'm talking about, we blister, and when I see stuff, it's just like the spirit when it's shouting in the church, in the tribal situations where the music has you. I keep telling you, brother, it wasn't me playing. I ain't that bad. I look at my hands and feet and see stuff that I was doing that I knew it was no longer me. So I got my eyes closed, man. And Yusuf came behind me, and for some reason, softly put his hand on my shoulder. I'd never have yet today know what he was doing it for, what he was getting ready to say. I lie to you not. Brother, I thought I was going to turn around and see Allah. I was that far off the planet. True story, man. True story. Music is a healing feeling, man. And like Cannonball tune, when it's a spontaneous combustion, that's what it started as. And that's what it really is. But now jazz has become a collegiate topic of discussion instead of a lifestyle. So, you have to search, for that inner sanctum that you're looking for, that the early cats felt, saw, produced, mesmerized people with. We used to come off stage, Allah is my witness, and we walked down through the audience. And I don't know what the music was doing to people, because I asked Joe one night, I said, man, what the hell wrong with these people? But it'd be just like Moses walking through the Red Sea. People would just part. And we'd be walking down to walk out, and people be reaching out like they want to touch you, and they'd be scared to touch you, man. Music is powerful, brother. It's powerful. It's got healing feeling. It can be taken like they did with all of that garbage, and it can be used evilly. When I was in Haiti and I was questioning a sister seriously, not out of condemn it, but out of information quest about what we call voodoo dolls. She said, well, let me tell you something. Think of music when I tell you this. She said, voodoo is just like a knife. It can be used to prepare food and cut bread for you, and it can be used to kill. Allah says in the Quran simply this, and black musicians and black folks are in denial about it. But he said, he'll give you a blessing of creativity, and all he asks in return is that you supplicate and praise him and perfect the gift that's been given you. He said, well, let me tell you, if you don't perfect it and you abandon it, I'll take that gift away from you and give it to somebody else. So if you ask a little young kid now, you ever heard of Charlie Parker, Cannonball Train? He said, no, I heard of Bob James and Kenny G. And Paul Whiteman is again going to go down as the king of jazz. But anyway, the federal government said, no, you a draft dodger. And you know what my conviction papers read right now, brother? That went all the way. I was convicted in a conspiracy against the United States of America. Muhammad Ali had just won his case in the Supreme Court. Muhammad Ali and myself had the exact same case. So the old judge said, man, ain't no need of us following this thing no further. We're just wasting our time and money because this same case has just been proven in Supreme Court, so we can't win it. He said, but I just can't let you go. He said, I'm going to put you on 3 years federal probation, and if you do anything, you go into prison. And federal probation is just like 1 foot in the penitentiary and 1 foot out. The feds followed me everywhere I went, and I ain't paranoid tripping because I used to talk to them. They busted me in the mosque in Cleveland, 10609 Superior, January 13th, 1970, and took me out of there in chains. Okay, brought me back to Alabama for trial in September, and that's how I got back in Alabama. And this type of probation that I had federally, I could not leave the state of Alabama for 3 years. That's what killed the music career, because there wasn't nobody in Alabama interested in playing no new music. They still playing Satin Doll and A-Train, Billy's Bounce, Après-Vous, Cherokee, Indiana, good tunes, I've played A-Train and Satin Doll over 1,000 times. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Duke, but I just don't care to play that no more, man. The man said, don't mean a thing if you don't swing. Hey, dummy, Duke dead. And swinging can be done in many ways. Because whether you know it or not, brother, and I'm not saying this arrogantly, the drummer is really in control of the whole set. You can't play what I don't want you to play. If I want to play in 3/4 or 6/8, 8/12, I can do that. And you got to catch me. So I'm really in control, and the only thing I was trying to do, brother, is swing, not swing, improvise. I wanted to play something new and fresh. I didn't want to sound like Philly Joe, Max. I didn't want to sound like Elvin anymore. And the closest that I look back that I think I might have been a contemporary of who's gone now. I'm a water sign of Pisces. Rashid is a Cancer. We're both water signs. So I think we had the same idea, because here's what my idea was. My idea was to keep a continuous motion like Niagara Falls, like a waterfall, continuous motion that drives the force in the tune, but I'm also trying to play melodically. I'm trying to combine the rhythm and the melody and the scale and the mode and lead too. I can take a soloist and just be churning along with him, what they call in black music, church music, and African music, call and response. Then I can become the callee if I'm strong enough. And that's what I learned from Elvin. And if you go back and listen to that Al-Fatiha, if I'm not mistaken, it's Al-Fatiha, you can hear Abdul Wadu. See, people couldn't figure out how Abdul fit in. A cello and some drums and a saxophone, and the cello is not even mic'd. How can it be heard? But that brother was that strong, and he was the singer of the group. While me and Yusef carrying all the combustion on, and I heard him, and I think it's if it's not on Birth, Life, and Death, it's on John's Vision. But you can hear us ripping, and here's what I'm talking about, being in tune. Nobody had to count us off. When you hear the opening prayer and Yusef gets through, and you hear Ron do this Eastern double stop thing, and you hear him coming down, bam, and didn't nobody stand in front of us with a baton. It's all right, 1, 2, 3, ready, play. When we got ready to end a tune, we all knew where the ending was without anybody making any motions. So you hear Ron unwinding this tune after this explosion, and you hear him just say, ooh, and back that train up, man, in the middle of nowhere.